How Bizarre is intended for mature, open-minded audiences only. If you are easily offended, we suggest you turn this wacky shit straight off.
The other one did.
John Mark stripped down his iPod Nano and headphones he's been rocking too, and gave it a good clean, put it all back together.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's got a couple speakers tied to the end of a piece of fishing line.
couple of
Basically.
Little bit of an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Happy New Year.
Hey guys. Yeah,
It's
man.
been not only a huge break, but we haven't talked since last year. December just cruised on fucking by. What a crazy ass month, man.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, I guess we never really made a plan to podcast in December, but I had 4 performances get through for December, and it's just like by the time you get through one, you're exhausted, and put out 2 magazines in the same month, and it's just like, damn, the month's gone. But we did just do our burlesque New Year's show. I thought I muted that scanner. I'll get that in a minute. But always a doozy of a show to put on. Doors at 9, show starts at 9:30, and we rock it all the way to about 12:10, 12:15.
That's a long show.
We do the broad drop at midnight, and timing it is a lot of pressure because everyone wants to do the countdown at midnight. No one wants to do it a little bit early. No one definitely wants to do it late. And we just haven't nailed it. We've done I guess 6 or so New Year's shows at this point, but only 3 of them have been at the Pack, and it's a bigger show. It's a wild show, and we have, over a dozen performers now, and we've got live music. We got all my hosting bits and video elements and pole dancing and stand-up comedy. It's ha-has and ta-tas, so it's comedia. It's comedy. Comedia. How would you say it the way I'm saying it? Comedy, I guess. It's comedy. And
Media.
so you got a lot to steer, and you get the song list, and I see that, I gotta fill for 2 minutes here or 30 seconds there, and you get pretty close, but we were off by about 1 track, but no one gave a shit. We did the broad drop right at midnight, and then ended with the final performance, and we had Dambert No Bacon from Chumbawamba, who's part of the show. He did a super cool little burlesque number as a kind of like had a Martian or alien robot-y suit that was like blinking and flashing, and then he stripped down and unfurled to this giant, it's Dambert No Bacon from fucking... A lot of people don't realize how political Chumbawamba is, especially if you only know the one song, but he unfurled to this giant flag that said, "We're all Antifa now." And I was like, well, we'll see how that plays. It played really well. Yeah. There are only a couple people that are like, what? They just buy into that. It's some sort of terror group, but it was fucking incredible. And then, he stuck around. That was somewhere in the second act, and then he stuck around, and he agreed to get up and do a little bit of tub thumping. We just, instead of doing like the countdown and then going into, what's that New Year's song?
Auld Lang Syne.
Yeah, sounds right. And instead of that or something else or just exit music, I was like, this year we got Dambert. And this is a great year to end with the verse, "I get knocked down, but I get up again." But I was kind of nervous to ask him about it because, first of all, it's not one of Dambert's songs. He's one of the main singers and songwriters, but there's like 9 people in that band. They all took turns. And that one was one of Dunstan's songs. So I was like, there's no right way to do this. That's not sort of silly. And I don't know how. So I came up with this thing where we're just right after the broad drop, or right after we said Happy New Year, everybody, instead of the exit music, it just fades into that, that little horn break right before the end chorus. And it's like, dun, 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 I get knocked down. And I just start singing it. And then everyone's on stage with me. All the troupe is on stage. It's our curtain call. And then a couple choruses into it, Dambert creeps in with his bullhorn. We had to find him a bullhorn because he has the bullhorn in the video, which was a special Easter egg for people. But it was awesome. And everyone stuck around as late as it was and as long as the show as it was. Everyone stuck around, and it was a good energy in that room. And we called it a night into the wee hours of the morning. And Dambert had fun. He was impressed with the show. He said it was one of his one of the most fun nights he's had on stage in a while. But it was so crazy because we're all up there singing it with him, you know? Just like, that's Danbert No Bacon, and I'm singing the song, the big song, the big one as they call it, in my hometown. And we're just like, here's a fucking snapshot moment. You know, it was a fun fucking evening, but holy snikes, man, just putting on that New Year show, a beast. Let me get up and mute that scanner real quick.
Christmas was good with the kid. I did the same thing I've done for the last fucking 16 years for New Year's Eve. Worked the goddamn casino.
Yeah. Was there a good show? Or is it just a dance event?
It's just an all hands on deck situation. We had 3 concerts and the DJ playing in our lounge. So there's lots going on. But yeah. Also went to Mexico. Saw one of the 7 wonders of the world. Sent you guys pictures.
Right. God, it has been a
Nobody
while.
responded.
Oh, well, it's probably,
we're all jealous.
probably
You're
the
all busy,
chaos
dude.
of the fucking...
I was fucking on death's door half the time. Ron's pulling tits out for
Well, I was in the
for
hospital quite a bit.
laughs.
I'm just it was nonstop. I mean, it was so
I know,
nonstop
I
in
know.
December. But yeah, tell us about that. You
That's
said
cool.
that-
We went to Cancun and we stayed at one of these like all inclusive resorts. I've never stayed at one before. It's not something I've never experienced.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's all you can eat, all you can drink, whatever you want, blah 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 blah. But like, we were sitting there for
I
about
guess
3
I
days.
never really thought about what that meant, all inclusive. Like you.
Yeah, it's like all they have like 6 restaurants to choose from in the resort and a buffet, and then
And that-
2 pools
and
and,
you can eat
beachside
whatever you
service.
want all the time.
Yeah, you just go into any of the restaurants, just order off of it.
So
leave a
po.
little, leave a few bucks for the waiters at the end. But
So podunk, I didn't even know what that meant. Huh? That sounds like magic.
They have like add-ons and shit, or it's like you can get like extra. You can pay extra for extra stuff, but like the basic stuff is all free.
Wow, that's
it
fun.
was cool. It was neat. I would say the food. It was a 5-star resort, and I would say the food was really fucking meh. we
Really?
were like, but we were drinking like nonstop.
Yeah.
By day 3,
I bet the
I
drinks
just
were
looked
good.
at her. I was like, dude, we've been drinking for 3 days. I was like, have you been drunk yet? And she goes, no. And I'm like, me either. That's the weirdest thing. And like, we kind of come to find out that they water the booze down pretty heavily. And even like you get champagne and stuff, but I found at one
things
point
starting to
they
make more sense.
well, and so yeah, exactly. And I was like, one of the buffets, they had like a make your own mimosa bar set up, and I pulled out one of the bottles of champagne. I'm looking at it, and it was 9%. I'm like, that's why. Like everything is like champagne should be around like 14 or 15%. Everything's low, and I guess they probably don't want people getting wasted and dying.
Yeah.
But
but still.
but we had it. Yeah,
I mean, if you go to
had a great time. I snorkeled. You guys would be proud of me.
Nice.
Wow.
We took this boat ride where we left Cancun and went to this island, and halfway through they throw us all in scuba gear, and we go out there, and I'm all about it. I'm like, I think I can do this. And I finally stick my face in the water, and there's so many fish. I remember looking around
where
and I was
they
like,
live.
okay, this is unreasonable. Like, that was my first thought in my head. I was like,
This is too much fish.
And so you'd be proud though. Once I bumped into a couple, and let it go. I just tried to have a good time. Yeah, so.
They were touching you.
Oh, it was disgusting.
Huh. Yeah, you've done a lot of growth concerning
Yeah, man. That fish.
water
I'm
and
proud of you.
fish and yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Scooby Dooby diving. No,
Ron,
not
the
scuba
Ronster
diving.
told me
Snorkeling.
once. The Ronster told me once, you have something you're scared of, run right at it. And it is true. You can do that.
It works for most people in most situations, I believe. Not everybody. And that's where you get like true anxiety and true maybe disorders sometimes, or at least those more, I suppose, if not clinical, then more extreme cases of phobias. But for the most part, it's growth that you go face first into it. I've been performing on stage my whole life, and going on some of these shows recently, every time it's like, oh, I've never done this before. I'm going to fuck it up. I'm going to ruin everybody's big holiday. And
You get nervous.
I'm going to have a heart attack on stage because I'm too nervous. The nerves are pretty fucking insane for me until I'm on the stage. And, you guys haven't been to any of the shows in the last few years, but I do an opening number now. I come out and I sing in sort of not a show tunesy sort of way, but like a croonery kind of way with no guitar.
Croonery.
I got to move my hand and sort of not dance, but I
Ooh.
gotta
Is
swagger.
it just you? Is there a backing track or anything?
It was
You
a
just get
backing
up
track,
and-
yeah. You
Okay,
know, we
okay.
used to come on the stage right before we start our shows, going all the way back to show number 1 at Radar Station. I was like, a good theme song for cueing everybody to get in their seats for what we're doing would be Hell by the Squirrel Nut Zippers, In the afterlife, you will be headed for a serious day. And so we did that for years. And when we moved to the Pack, I was like, I gotta do something special. And so I decided to sing it, and everyone loved it. So I have been singing it the whole time. But after 6 times of that, I'm like, I want to do something a little different. So we ended up going back to just using it as cue music. And then I came out and I sang Run Around Sue this time, which is a hard song for me to sing. I keyed it down 4 times and it was still pretty high. But do you remember Anastasia, Chris? I don't know if she was hanging out with us at the time that you were here.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Anastasia, well, I don't want to say her last name necessarily, but she has been doing some dance stuff. The burlesque troupe was all backstage waiting to do their opening group number, so I couldn't really use them, but I wanted to Run Around Sue, so I reached out to her, and so she was just like bebopping around, and at the end she spanks me on stage and disappears. So
I bet that was popular.
but once, yeah, it worked really well, and I was like, well, I'm trying something new, but it was just like that second or two before I go up, and basically for an hour or two before the show starts. So that's the worst for me.
You just can't. The jitters trying to get it.
Yeah,
Here's a question.
so
Like
powerful sometimes.
when I played music regularly,
Mhm.
and especially when we got picked up for our big tour with MXPX, where we played sold out shows at places like the House of Blues in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Every single one of us, like probably 2 hours for the show, we all had to take a dump. We all have like a pre-show like jitters in our tummy, and we'd have to fucking poop. I don't know what it was, man.
I probably should have. I know I do. I tend to do nervous pees more than anything. And it's like, once you get, I was like, where the fuck is the pee coming from? Because, I'll do like a good luck shot or two, but I'm not going to like drink a whole bunch of alcohol before I go on stage, for especially not one of these big shows.
Sure.
So it's not like I'm drinking or even chugging water. It's just nervous pee, and it's just like, where the fuck? I don't understand what happens
and then you
in
have
your
to
body.
Be up there for like 3 hours, right? Do you have a pee break? Do you get? I mean,
I
guess there's
we
performers
do
you can
an
sneak away,
intermission,
right?
and most of the performances are like between 3 and 5 minutes, and then, but yeah, I can't go too far away because I got to stitch the shit all together, but. It's fun. We got a thing going, and it's a big show, man. It just kind of seems to get bigger and bigger. But so, did you go? Do you get to go through these? What was the pyramid that you got to see?
Chichen Itza.
Do you get to go in these? Is that a thing, or are they just
no,
structures?
I'll send you let's see. I'm talking about. I'll find a couple photos. It's you go right up to it though, and they've got it pretty well gated off. But they have tons of tour guides taking people around and shit. So yeah, here's the front of it right here. I fucking can't believe it was like when you're standing in front of it, it's bizarre, man. Like it's how bizarre, one might say. It really feels so strange. Like I've seen this 1,000 times on like textbooks and whatever, right?
Yeah.
And this is legitimately one of the new 7 wonders of the world. There you go. So that was the front of it.
What are the other 70? No.
I off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you.
I'll look
And
that
before
up
on
anyway.
our way up there, we went and like did a cenote. I'm gonna say that wrong. I'm sure it's this giant sinkhole that the like tribe used to bathe in, and their shamans would call it magical, and they'd swim there and say they lived for 100 years. It was like 300 feet down into the ground, like just a giant ass cavern. And you go down there and you swim in the waters, and you're looking up at the fucking ring in the sky that is, where you came from. It was fucking cool.
Yeah.
It took us 12 hours, or no, excuse me. It took us 8 hours to get out there on a bus.
Wow.
And like, because
Holy
we made a
shit.
couple of stops. It was like a 15-hour day when we did it. And we were just seeing stuff for like an hour and a half.
Wow.
But it was cool, man.
It's amazing though, seeing a picture that you took of that iconic
Yes.
thing
Yeah.
that you've only seen. It's like legendary. Before we move on, I think it's interesting to the other 7 wonders, the new 7 wonders.
Yeah.
So Chichen Itza?
Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza.
Sounds like
that makes more
like
sense.
chicken
than
pizza.
Chicken.
That's what.
Chicken pizza. The Great Wall of China. Christ the Redeemer. You know, the giant open-armed Christ statue in Brazil. Petra in Jordan, which I believe was used in one of the Indiana Jones movies. Machu Picchu in Peru. The Roman Colosseum. I thought that was part of the ancient wonders of the world. And the Taj Mahal.
Yeah,
interesting trivia.
Were the pyramids in there?
No, that's got to be the ancient
part of
ones.
the
I'll look up the
Testament.
7 ancient wonders.
What was I going to say? Oh, I guess from what I read online too. I don't know if you ever saw that Mel Gibson flick Apocalypto.
Yes. Yeah.
Pretty loosely based on that area.
I liked it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's all like Aztec stuff.
I really loved the ending of that.
Me too. God,
you know
it was
what's
great.
funny
That
is
last
they still
30
have
seconds.
temples. There's still temples out there that are, just buried in jungle.
Yeah,
that look
such
just
dense
like this.
jungle.
One
It's
of the
just
things I saw.
crazy.
One of the things I saw when I was there that made me go, "Holy shit!" We were walking through the ruins. It was this big. It was like 2 giant walls with a big, like maybe 100 yards between them, maybe 50 yards, and the walls went on forever. And I looked up, and they had those hoops attached to the side of the walls. That's where they used to play that fucking game that we all saw in school. You know what I'm talking about? Where they get up in their outfits and they're trying to get the hoop through the ring on the side of the wall.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, thousands of fucking years ago, people crowded in here to watch football, basically. You know, this was the stadium like where people played that fucking sport that was so popular for them.
But with people's heads.
Exactly. You lose, you die.
People's heads.
So the 7
cool.
ancient wonders of the world, I think the only ones still standing are the pyramids. I could be wrong. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, I know, are gone. Temple of Athens, I believe that's, the famous columns are still there, but I think that's about all. The Colossus of Rhodes, the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus? Halicarnassus? I don't know that one. Statue of Zeus at Olympia and the Lighthouse of Alexandria, which I know I talked about on the Lighthouses episode a couple years back. Cool one. Yeah. Well, that's pretty awesome. Best part of the whole trip for you? What would you say? Would you say it was just being at that place?
I think the best part was when we went to the island and doing the scuba diving and shit. Like, I'll send you one more photo. We went to this little fucking island. I guess it wasn't that little. It was pretty big. And we just sat there and had drinks on the beach and a fucking buffet. And I got this photo of it as we were leaving, as the boat was picking us up to take us back. It really truly felt, I've never been in a place that felt like paradise, you know, like it just fucking felt like paradise. I was like, this is what people fucking talk about.
Yeah.
On vacation. That's a beautiful shot, dude.
Thanks, man. Yeah. So we had a really good fucking time. And we're actually going on another trip in February. We're going to Tokyo.
No shit. I have always wanted to go to Japan.
Nani.
I'm excited about it, man. My fear of flying is only getting worse as I get older. I thought it would get better, and I'm having a real hard time. I'm like trying to work through it with me and ChatGPT, my therapist.
But those are the jumbo planes, and
that's what they keep telling me. I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse. All I can think about is that Malaysia flight, how they just plummeted to their death and we never found them.
You mustn't think about any of that. Yeah, but that's the thing, is like statistically you're going to be just fine and no risk, no reward. And I just think about all the traveling, all the things in general that I hadn't done. I mean, going back to anxietize, that I let the anxieties win and keep me from doing it. And it's like looking, at being 50 now and looking back, I'm like, yeah, should have done that. Wish I would have done that. And it's like, what's the worst that could have happened? I look back and there's never a scenario where, I was supposed to be on that plane and it went down.
It's true.
So there's all these things that you worried about that didn't happen. There's all these scenarios that, of course, you never really know. One person being in one timeline or another might change things. I don't know how anything works. Oh, speaking of that, before we move on, when are you going to Tokyo?
Mid-February. I have to get the dates out to look. Yeah,
that's coming right on up.
Yeah.
I like globe-trotting Christopher. I'm living vicariously through you and really starting to picture myself, I'd say outside the country, but first I need to get outside my house and then the town and baby steps. I barely go to fucking Seattle for shows anymore, but I'm just so fucking busy, and I got to find a way to get someone else to be able to run the magazine. I can't be the only one that can run this magazine. It's become too much. I got too many advertisers. I got too many contracts. Like, we have to put this magazine out. It's not like the kind of zany thing it was 7 years ago. I mean, I was still taking it pretty seriously, but it's a thing now, and it has to come out. No, I don't have anybody in mind. I'm looking, but I've been looking for a while. But anyway, speaking of the timeline thing, I just finished a Stephen King book, 11/22/63. You guys read that?
The JFK one?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I've heard it's good.
I really fucking enjoyed it. I think it might. Well, it's definitely one of my favorites of his. It might even be right now in the top 3. Now, I just started another book. What is it? Beneath the Dome or Under the Dome, which I never saw the show or any. I don't know anything about it other than the premise, and the premise intrigued me. And
there's a lot I want to ask you real fast here.
Sure.
First, what are your top 3 Stephen King books? And I'd hear this round table. I like him very much.
Yeah,
I'll
go around the table. Well, It was always my favorite. And it was the first massive book that I ever read, as far as I can remember. And just getting through that, I got like some sort of reading disability or something because I've never been great at reading. But
really,
yeah, no, it takes me forever to read books. And
that's so funny because you're very well written. I just assumed you reading would be a breeze.
It might be it's not dyslexia, but I think it's something. I hop around, and I do this with my writing as well. I obviously can't do that with typing, but I do this with my writing where I hop around, where I'll go to the next letter and then fill in a few of the letters that come back. I don't do it with every word, but people have caught me doing it and pointing out. I was like, holy shit, I do that. But I also do that with the way I read. So there's something kooky. And I don't know if I'd go so far as to call it a learning disability, but it's something. I don't read well. But so and I just love the whole structure. And, I thought that was some of his meandering in a good way. Stephen King tends to meander, sometimes not in a great way.
Yeah.
But Needful Things is a very close second. I would say that Needful Things, if I read Needful Things again, it might replace it as my favorite Stephen King book. I loved the premise of that one as well. Stephen King's funny because I think he comes up with these delicious premises, and they're fun and delicious little worlds to live in. He's not always the strongest ender of a story, but I'm okay. I'm okay
Sometimes
with
he kills it though.
Sometimes.
I thought the ending of it was great.
I did too. A lot of people complain about the end. Well, people are always going to complain, but I enjoyed the ending of that. I enjoyed the ending of Needful Things. I mean, to me, it was kind of like the logical conclusion. And honestly, top 3 would probably be a wash in terms of like a handful of others. Right now, it's definitely 11/22, but I haven't read a ton of his books. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. The Shining, I've read, but I read it so many years after the movie that it was kind of like conflicting in my head with the movie. I wish I had done it the other way around, but there's no going back to doing that. They're two completely different things, and I can accept that. But they're close enough that you can't, it's hard to separate it. What was the other Stephen King book? Well, honestly, one of my favorite books that he ever wrote was his biography and his it's like half biography and half sort of writer's, not guidebook, but just him. It's called On Writing, and it's one of his shorter books. But what about y'all?
I'm a big fan of The Stand.
Yeah, great.
I have not dug into The Stand on any capacity. No.
The Stand's awesome.
Because they did a miniseries or a show on that.
They've done 2.
Glories.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got any others, John Mark?
I'm pretty sure that I like Needful Things a lot, but it's been like a long ass time since I read it.
John Mark is talking through the fishing string right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd also say where's my microphone?
There you go. You're good now.
I'd also say I mean shit, like there's like 8 gunslinger books or something, 7 or 8.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
a
Yeah, I did read
mean
all
that whole
those.
series, I mean, some of them are better than others, but like the
For sure.
first one, it's just like, oh my god, it just like sucks you into this world and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Interesting. See,
Wizard and
my
Glass is great too.
that is
Mhm.
that is actually my well. So I was going to go down the line there. I'm a huge fan of the Dark Tower. I've read through that series twice. 8 books. I remember like sobbing in bed reading one of them. It was like ugly sobbing. It was like Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
He
Art,
puts a
get it
lot. He
together.
put a lot into those books, even the ones that aren't necessarily the greater ones.
Yeah.
There's still a lot, and to tie into all the other books, but still being independent enough. Yeah,
Incredible.
That's a tough
Well,
series to write. I gotta imagine.
I'm gonna jump around a little bit here, but I just watched the was it Doctor Sleep, the
Yeah.
movie that
Mhm.
is the official sequel to The Shining. I
Mhm.
just watched it like this week. I fucking loved it.
It was
I
great.
I was. Have you seen it, Ron?
No,
Oh, it's
I'm,
got
I'm
Ewan
aware of
McGregor in
it,
it.
but
It is fucking great. It's Mike Flanagan, so it's the guy that did like all this good great scary shit on Netflix, like Bly Manor and The Haunting on Hill House,
okay.
and he's also did what's the vampire one we all liked on the
Midnight
island,
Mass.
Midnight Mass. Oh my God, this guy
I don't know that.
is doing it right. But one of his next projects is to tackle the Dark Tower, and he's obviously familiar with Stephen King shit because he did Doctor Sleep. He did Doctor Sleep too.
There have been so many starts and stops of the Dark Tower. Has
That
anything
movie
been
with Idris
completed?
Elba was awful. It
They
was just
did.
so.
That's right. They did do a
It was,
movie.
and it was supposed to be one of those things where they were going to do a movie and then a series and then a movie, and
That's right.
they lost like all the writing and they still wanted to put some crap. It was awful. It was so bad. So, anyways,
is Doctor Sleep, was that written by Stephen King?
I believe it was. Yeah, he wrote
but
it.
it's meant to be a sequel to the movie.
It's a sequel to The Shining, which Stephen King also wrote, but is different from, I believe, what we see in Doctor Sleep. I think could be both The Shinings. Like
Okay.
it highlighted
Sequel
well
to
enough
the
where it's
book
like,
and the
okay, if
movie.
you like the movie, that tracks, and if you read the book, I think it tracks too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, have you fucked with Welcome to Derry yet?
Yes, I got through it all. The first season.
Oh my
That's
God.
great.
So,
It's
a lot
tough.
of the stuff about like put it in like that Holleran is in it, obviously the black guy with the powers.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about how he puts the demons in the box and stuff. That takes place in Doctor Sleep too. God, it's good. Watch it if you haven't seen it. Everyone's fucking phenomenal.
Nice.
But anyways, my top 3. God, I'm rambling. I'm sorry, but I'm excited.
That's what this show. That's all this show is.
I couldn't just say the Dark Tower series, but the whole thing is my favorite. But Wizard and Glass is my absolute favorite from that series. So I'm gonna say number 1, Wizard and Glass.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go a bit more obscure. I love The Stand, and I love It. I read It in the 7th fucking grade. I think I learned about sex from Stephen King, and that is probably a problem. So I'm gonna go with number 2. I'm gonna go with a book called Insomnia. I don't know if you guys read that one, but it takes place in like an It adjacent world, and it's about a little old man that his wife dies, and in the first like 2 pages of the book, and you're sobbing already. And then he starts to lose his ability to sleep, and he starts seeing things at night, and he starts seeing when people are gonna die, and it's really fucking a fascinating story, and it was great. I'm gonna pick that at number 2, and I'm gonna go. Oh, it's really hard. I really liked a book called Rose Madder he did, another obscure one. But instead, I'm going to say Dolores Claiborne. I fucking love that book, and I love the movie.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I've never read Misery, but
I haven't either.
it's one of my
I haven't read that one either.
favorite.
I think I did read it. Yeah,
It's probably my favorite Stephen King adaptation.
It's got that.
The
It's got
movie
that cutie
is
pie Kathy Bates in there.
The book is
Remember
fucking
that.
great. It's just like, just tension,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lyle, what about you?
Actually, as authors go, man, Stephen King is like, I have pretty much like 10 or 12 of his books.
That's awesome.
The first one I read, and I don't even remember it because it was so long ago, was The Dark Half.
Oh yeah. Wait, was that
It's
King or that was King?
It's like
There's
I think
Stephen
what
King,
with
but
what didn't he write that with
Oh,
Peter
one of
Straub?
his.
Yeah, or something. I
Rob.
thought I'm confused. Maybe I don't know.
no, it's just
I think
called
that's
the
I like that
Diablos.
book.
I think that's like a dual one, but yeah, it's King.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know
was
that.
one of the first ones I read. So, and that was before, everything else like the It and stuff came out. The second one I would say would be what John Mark's first one was, which was The Stand.
Mm-hmm.
I had the big hard copy of that, and man, that was so awesome to read. It reminded me of a lot of like episodes of The Walking Dead. You know what I mean? There's just so much shit going on with so many different characters, and they're all just
There's
There's
he's good at that.
basically a director's cut version of it too that has a bunch of extra shit, and that's the one that Ron, if you're gonna read it, you should read that one.
Stand here. Is it just
It's
called
really
the
good,
extended version or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, I'm the same with Ron. I have really hard time reading. What I do is I could put away about a chapter, maybe 2 chapters within probably about a half hour or so. But my problem is like the first chapter I read, it'll take me 15 minutes to read it. I'll get to the last page of it, and then I'll get bound up and forget about everything. And
Yeah,
have to
I have
start
a
over
similar thing.
and
It's
reread
just
it.
reading
So
comprehension. Yeah.
yeah, it's hard for me a little bit.
But when I should
it just takes
clarify
more
that
time
the
for me
books
to
I'm
read shit.
going through now are audiobooks. I do sometimes hop back and forth though. You guys ever do that where you listen to an audiobook and then you'll finish it in bed? You read a few chapters in bed and then you get back to the audiobook and skip ahead. It's not easy to do, but I'd love it.
You have to have both copies basically, and man, I wish that'd be nice.
That's how I got through it or Needful Things finally, because when I read it, I had way more time, but I don't have that kind of time, and it took me. I had to restart Needful Things because it was just like Lyle said. I mean, you put that kind of book down for 6 months, and you try to get back into it. It's like, oh,
you got to fumble back a couple.
But I didn't mind because
chapters.
I love how Needful Things starts. I love how that all unfolds. Sorry, Lyle, kind of cut you off. You got
the last
more?
one was one called, I'm pretty sure it's called 4 Past Midnight. It was basically just a bunch of short stories, that was put into one book.
I'd love to see what he does with short stories.
Yeah, it was 4 short stories put in one book, and it was called, I'm pretty sure it was called 4 Past Midnight. I mean, if I'm wrong, email.
No, yeah, I think you're right. So did you guys ever fuck with Gerald's Game?
Yeah, read that too.
God, love that. And they put a Netflix movie out. I think that was another Mike fucking Flanagan show. I could be wrong. And it was so good. Oh.
How many Stephen King books? I feel like we've done this before.
Oh, so many.
But
so fucking many.
He's probably put
got
3 out last year.
And it's probably like nothing. It's probably 10% of what he's got out there.
Oh, that's probably about right. Well, it says 65 novels and more than 200 short stories. And keep in mind, like I think Misery is a novel, but Stand By Me is a novella.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Green Mile, wasn't that one part of that?
I don't know.
I think that was part of that thing that Ron was talking about.
The Green Mile was like it was released as like I think it was like 4, maybe 5, like these really short, like I wouldn't say chapters, but like it was like released as serially, and you would go to the like Safeway or whatever, and it was like, oh, here's Green Mile number 1, and like the next month it'd be Green Mile number 2.
Really?
It was weird how they did it.
Like the old Pulp Fiction writers.
Yeah.
That's how they did it before they were writing novels. Edgar Rice Burroughs put John Carter or Princess of Mars chapter by chapter in one of those old pulp magazines. But yeah, I like Stephen King. I've never read anything that I would consider to be a stinker, but I've probably only read 6 or 7 of his books. So
yeah, Nightmares and Dreamscapes is really good too.
John Mark, did you say you did read 11/22/63?
I did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason
there's a movie too, right? Or it's a miniseries or something.
They made a series. It's coming out on Netflix next week. I think it was a Hulu series like 10 years ago, or maybe not quite.
Yeah, it was good.
Before James Franco got canceled, but yeah, after reading it, I was like, I got to see who's in that.
James Franco?
Yeah, James Franco plays the lead guy. Everyone that I saw, I was like, yeah, I can see that. But yeah, I don't know. The premise is maybe one of his stupidest premises if you really break it down. It's like in the first chapter, there's a guy that owns a diner in town, and he somehow discovered that in his pantry there's a doorway back to 1958.
Tracks, okay.
And then you go back to 1958, and no matter how long you stay, when you come back into modern time, I think this came out in 2011, so that's the time in the book. You've only been gone for 2 minutes. And so this old dude is dying, and he's telling this younger guy that becomes the main protagonist that someone needs to go back and prevent Kennedy from being assassinated because the world would be a better place and all this. And that's the setup. And they really just play around with all sorts of, well, you know, like little things along the way. Like, well, I got a few years before, you know, I run into Lee Harvey Oswald, and then he starts seeing all these other people and then starts relationships, and it's just like the butterfly effect and what things can change. And it's really interesting discussion about like morals and what we think would be the right call, and looking back, if, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but maybe not necessarily would have been a better situation. And the results of one different choice by one person back in the timeline really can be huge, and not just concerning, you know, the death or the survival of John F. Kennedy. So yeah, the funny thing is, like, it is obviously JFK centered, but JFK it's not really a book about JFK for the most part. It's more of the MacGuffin, and there's just all these little interesting things. Like I was saying, he just sets up these interesting premises, and it gets you thinking. It's like, man, what would I do if I had that power? And then, you know, you could go back, because every time you went back to the past, it was like you never went to the past that time before. So if you did go to the past and fuck around with something and shit changed in the future, and you went back again, everything got unchanged in the future. But then it opens up all sorts of like fringe science and stuff. I think King did a really good job researching it, not just the theoretical aspects, but the history aspects, and looking at different timelines. Again, not just concerning JFK, like what if, but going through like all the worst case scenarios or best case scenarios of timeline changes. So I highly recommend it. It's a long one. It was about a 32 hour audiobook, I think. So that'd be a 7-year read for the Roundstare.
I would give that a spin. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to checking out did you ever see the miniseries, John Mark?
Yeah, it was good.
I guess we don't say miniseries anymore. It's just a series, but well, I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad to know. Because you never know how far away they get. But speaking of series, spoiler free, have you all watched the finale of Stranger Things?
Nope.
Yes, yeah.
I suffered through it.
You suffered through it, weren't happy with it?
I'll let you guys talk first.
Well, I don't want to do any spoilers. We can maybe do a separate spoiler cast down the road, but it's new enough that a lot of people probably still haven't caught up. But I got to be honest, and maybe this has come up before, somewhere around season 2, maybe halfway through the 3rd season, I get confused on which season was which, honestly. I started to get pretty bored with Stranger Things, and I don't know, it just wasn't holding my attention. And so when I went back to rewatch leading up to all of this, I got into it again, but I had a similar thing where it's just like, oh yeah, how many times do we need this scary thing that's happening, and oh shit, everyone's fucked, but then Elle pops up, puts her hands in the air, gets a bloody nose, and everyone's safe, and then the credits. And there was some of that in the finale, but it's just like this last season, I don't know, it didn't grip me. I thought there were some cool things. I was fine with how it ended. Like ultimately, the very ending, although I think they could have definitely wrapped it up about 20 minutes. And I know what I'm talking about. Is like
I think that in every episode.
Yeah. Right now, my mind is blown, because before we got on, I saw a video, and it was a conspiracy theory at the end of the video, like the end of the movie, or whatever the series. There's little tells in the last episode of things that I don't want to, no spoilers,
Yeah.
but we could talk about it later.
Well, we can say that there are some open-ended elements.
Well, there's
they definitely
discrepancies.
end the story, but
let's say discrepancies in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's earlier parts of the show. In the beginning of the show, I guess it's Will's mom, the one that was like trying to screw the lifeguard.
Oh, yeah.
Get her
The one that
throat
gets-
cut.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. She goes to open the downstairs like in the second season or whatever like that, right? And the
Mhm.
doorknob's like on the left side. And at the end finale, she opens the door to yell at the kids, and it was on the opposite side.
Well, it's been like fucking 8 years. Maybe they got a new door.
Could possible,
Could be
or
continuity.
is it saying certain secrets?
Yeah, I like that, and I'm sure they put a lot of shit like that to fuck with us.
I was
and
just
love
gonna
it.
say,
we'll
well,
talk
knowing
about
these
it if you
guys-
want to talk about
Or-
it off the air, but
or they
it's-
might have
it's-
put stuff in there because it
dude, it's
was.
pretty nuts. My mind's still fucking tweaking on it
Clues.
because I never thought about it.
I think the Duffer
Yeah.
brothers are clever, and I think that they definitely would have had fun with. I mean, we are so far into the Easter egg or analyze every single thing era that I'm sure that they put a ton of stuff in there that's very subtle and very slight. But speaking of conspiracy theory, have you guys seen everyone talking about like, okay, nobody knew running up the hill. Who's the
Kate Bush.
This is Kate Bush. Like no one knew her. No one knows that video. And yet I got to be honest. I'm one of them. I don't think this is a conspiracy. I was just surprised. Like, oh, everyone else seems to know this song and knows who Kate Bush is, but I didn't. I had no idea. And I was
that song.
I grew up on music. I was always listening to, all I did in the 80s was listen to music. Go over to my friend's house and watch MTV. And I knew every fucking video of the 80s, and I hear so many people talking the same way that it's become this sort of Mandela effect thing where a timeline has split. And I don't believe that shit either. But it is interesting to be one of the people who is like, I 100%, with how I grew up, when I grew up and where I grew up, I 100% should have known who Kate Bush was. And maybe I did. I'm sure there's all sorts of artists that I saw on MTV back in the day or heard a song once or twice, and it didn't grip me and it didn't stick with me. And you're running up and you're running up.
Yeah, dude, I've never heard that song before. I mean, it's never been in my
So many
library
people.
either. But the thing is I got years and years of listening to the top 40s.
I'm
That's
100%
what we
sure
did.
you guys have heard
We
that
didn't have
song.
cable.
Like I'm 100% sure
It's
you
possible.
have heard it. You just don't remember
Mhm.
because it was
Well, that's
like
the
pretty
Mandela effect
inescapable.
in a nutshell.
Dude,
It's like
I
you
fucking
just don't
heard it.
remember.
I didn't even live in the United States when that fucking shit came out. For fuck's sake.
Mhm. Well, this
Jesus.
is how it goes, though. People
Yeah.
swear, and look again. I'm not saying there's a conspiracy or there's a Mandela. I don't believe any of that shit. And these parallel universes, if that's a thing, I'm not into it. Like I don't subscribe to those things. I'm just saying I have zero recollection of that, and I can talk about the Thompson twins. I can tell you about Lionel Richie. And, certain things that popped up that weren't like some of the bigger bands
Prince
that I
before
was
he was
obsessed
assembled.
with. Like, you spin me right round, baby, right round. And these, weirdos that popped up. I knew them. That was my life.
Devo.
So it's funny to me that I don't remember it, especially when she doesn't seem to actually have been all that obscure in the grand scheme of things. So looking back on it, it's like, how did I miss that one? I don't know. It's not like now where we have a million different channels. It's like back then, if you were listening to pop radio, you were listening to pop radio. It all came through the same.
Even if it was like the top
channel.
100 on the weekend on a Sunday, you're going to hear that song.
Remember
because
here,
it's like one of the 100 and they're all they repeat themselves.
remember
It's
here
top
in
40.
Wenatchee, we had the Heat Seeker 5.
Yeah.
Like every night at like 5 o'clock or something. We're counting down the top 5 of the week.
I almost had to go into my case.
Heat Seeker
voice.
5. Fucking FM radio. They still try to do that bullshit. It drives me fucking crazy. It's about 15 past the hour. Coming up later, we're going to do rock news. Everyone stand by for some rock news. Going to talk about some Led Zeppelin stuff. Oh, and then we got the top 5, a Heat Seeker 5 coming up at 5 o'clock.
They sound like the DJs at a strip club. Gentlemen, get your singles out. Candy's coming to stage 2. She
Candy.
doesn't work for applause, boys.
You're listening to Radio Candy. KNDY Candy. That's a good
She
radio
puts
station.
the D in
She
candy.
puts the D in Candy. Yeah, that's good stuff. I don't know. I just think it's fucking funny. But I will say, this later season, and maybe this happened a couple seasons ago, they're all a blur at this point. But when they started using Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now, that song was everywhere. You couldn't escape that. And
music's always been a big part of the show.
I never liked it much, but I didn't hate it. But I don't know. Something about hearing it from a modern standpoint and just listening to the construction, the production, and I know it's a cover because it's not her original song. I think it was Tommy James and the Shondells, right? Wasn't that who originally did I Think We're Alone Now?
Something like that. Yeah.
But I was like, this is a pretty solid little pop song. It's catchy as fuck.
If you think bands that were like purposely like I guess strung in to and played the mall scene, that was a genre that was in the 80s and 90s, dude, which we don't have now, obviously.
What, mall rats?
Yeah, because malls were gathering points, so you'd have these singers, usually pop singers, and that's how they got their start, was singing in these malls, down in California, I guess, and other places. But that was a genre. I mean, there was. You think about it now, you would think Justin Bieber came up, and it's just weird. It's just weird to think.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's weird to think about malls. We still have our mall, but I went, I think about a year ago to get something from Bed Bath & Beyond, or maybe Bath & Body Works, and
and they're closed.
It was closed, and I was like, half of the mall is closed, but the mall's still open, so it's just like. It's like going to visit your grandpa that's slowly dying in the nursing home. It's like he's not quite gone, but he's definitely not still here. It's just like, wow, the mall is a weird place. And it's sad because, I mean, Chris, were the malls still a thing in your...
oh, yeah, my childhood?
Yeah, it's hard to know. I can't remember when they started phasing out.
I'm 44, so like, we went to the malls. I worked in a mall in high school and stuff. It was still its prime. Yeah. What'd you say?
So did Lyle. He was a security guard.
Oh, man of the
wore badge and everything.
Picture man in uniform.
I feel safer right now already.
Slapping that baton behind the scenes. Yeah. I don't know. The mall was, I mean, what else did you do? There was like nothing else to do pre-internet, and you can only use the same wrinkled porn mag you stole from your buddy's uncle's drawer 3 years ago, and it's just like you just go to the mall. You just sat down, and we used to take cigarettes out of the ashtrays. They had those big sand ashtrays, and so many people would, like, I guess just on their break, run out, light up a cigarette, take 3 drags, put it out. So we'd take the cigarettes. Sometimes they're whole cigarettes, and my friend Scott and I, we'd take them back, and we'd either cut the filter off past the lipstick stain and just smoke them. But more often than not, we would take them and just like grind out the tobacco from the paper and put it into a rolling machine and like roll our own homegrowns. Whew, boy, man, let me tell you, we were full on.
You went to some great lengths to smoke.
We were fucking addicts, man. There is, I to this day, I had never experienced anything as powerful as my addiction to cigarettes. And I talk to people all the time that say that.
Well, what if you accidentally hit up a couple menthols in there too?
Oh, so we did.
Like a mix of menthol.
We kind of enjoyed that. It was like a little bit of a. It was
surprise.
It was a potluck.
It's like a winter morning brisk.
Potpourri of
previously smoked tobacco.
Yummy. Real quick, my thoughts on the Stranger Things without spoiling it. I loved the first season like anyone else, and throughout the other 3, I've been in or out, enjoying it or not.
Yeah.
But I was ready for it to end. I'm glad they gave it what feels like a proper send-off. And I enjoyed the ending. I particularly enjoyed everything that happened after the ending, where they kind of, without spoiling anything, they kind of show where everyone's at, a bit later. And I like that part a lot. Every fucking episode. When I saw the episode runtimes initially, I was excited. I was like, oh my God, it's like a movie every episode. But as I was watching, I was like, this is fucking 22 minutes too long. Yeah. Like, it's exposition, it's fanfare, which I like. I like some fanfare.
The wrap up could have been like 5 minutes. It went on and on and on. Yeah. And you think it's going to go somewhere.
Love segments kind of is what it was. It was 20 minutes of them saying goodbye to the person they were with. at the time.
It's also,
and so you got like 4, sectional groups that are doing 20-minute bits. It's like 2 episodes in itself.
It became Stranger Things became such a big thing in our pop culture society. And you look at these kids now, and it almost takes me out of it because they're so fucking old. Like,
it was,
you know what I'm talking about? Like
that too.
Especially when they flash back and you saw especially at the end, you'd see some good flashbacks and you're like, oh my God, it's been a decade.
Yeah, it's been like 10 fucking years.
10 years,
Jesus.
yeah.
And that's the other thing too, is like, okay, I get it. You're going to take, that's the world we live in now. We got to wait to, or I just read that the second season of Pluribus, which I haven't watched yet, is coming out in 2027. And it's like, everyone's like, with these, you just do have to look at it like a movie, and you wait a couple years for the sequel or the continuation of it or a new book. It's a different, we're retraining our minds concerning TV. We still want it to be like, no, every year there's 50 new episodes, where we haven't done that really since the 80s. Because even the 90s things were getting fewer episodes. And
nowadays, I think that's going to change, dude. I think a lot of people are going to start leaning onto AI a lot more. And because they could, if you think about AI
quicker, that's an interesting thought. Yeah.
Versus putting like 10 people on visual effects. AI is going to win in a heartbeat.
People will watch it. Not everyone's going to watch it, but people will watch. I think most people don't give a shit about that kind of thing.
I don't think most people give a shit at all, or even can tell, to be honest with you.
Well, you're definitely not going to be able to tell. It
looks like ass.
Oh, right now, some of it does.
If you're just using it just for like background, and you still had actors, and you're just using it as a green screen, dude, right there would save you months, if not years, of production value.
Did this come up on the podcast? I've had a lot of conversations out and about lately about it. I feel like this came up on the podcast that people are like, fuck it. If is it George R.R. Martin?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. If you're not going to write the new books,
just let him. I posted. I was like, let him fucking write it.
Was it you
let
that brought that
GPT do it? I was like, we'll never get it from him. Just fucking let ChatGPT. Let him.
But why is he not? Why is he not doing it?
I've read it. You know what? I have more than once jumped onto like a fucking thread about this. So let me tell you. He's just doing so much other shit, and he also, I think, has a bad taste in his mouth about it after the.
I think he just
show.
doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, so
he's like, I sleep on a pile of money with 8 big bootied women writing shit. But what else is he doing? I don't even think
the one he's been writing is supposed to be the last one. I think there's supposed to be another one after it. I could be wrong.
What are the other things he's doing?
He is working on all video games and fucking other movies.
I didn't know that.
No, he did Elden Ring.
That makes sense. I mean, that's an answer enough. And how long is the dude supposed to live?
Door. The dude looks awful.
Okay, well, once he's dead, give his notes to AI. I mean, I think that's fair. Although you could also give his notes to a skilled writer who could just, one of his fans or colleagues, or even maybe you could do like a fan fiction thing. I'd rather see that than AI. But once he's dead, I'd say it's fair.
It happens all the time in the fantasy world when there's these like long epic series that somebody like croaks and they hand it off to someone else and they finish it for him.
I like that. I wonder how he'd feel. Probably hate it.
Have you guys gone back to rewatch Game of Thrones recently?
Yeah, I watched it with them. Ember hadn't seen it, and we watched it all together like maybe a year and a half ago.
Doesn't it always kind of feel like the first episode was made like 30 years ago when you watch it? It's like, it looks great, but it's such a different feel. Like, it doesn't feel as new as you think it.
Well, it's the color grading too and everything else.
That's another one that got a little wonky, I thought, in several places, but ultimately stayed strong. Where it didn't stay strong was the ending. I don't think anybody's satisfied with that ending.
Yeah, I wish they could have had one more season to draw it out. It felt rushed,
it was so
what
rushed.
They were trying to tell. Yeah. But it's something like I could talk about Game of Thrones for fucking hours. I love the books, love the show. It's my favorite show of all time. Yeah. And we got kind of the ending wasn't great, but it's still like everything they accomplished up into that.
Yeah,
point.
It's a good ride. It's worth it.
Yeah.
And that's what I say about Lost. A lot of people don't like the ending of Lost. I loved the ending of Lost, actually.
Yeah, you are one of the few.
One of the very few, apparently. But I was like, even if you're not crazy about the ending, just buy the ticket, take the ride. There's a lot of episodes to watch.
Did you watched all the House of the Dragon, right?
No, Hot D, of course I did. Come on.
Is that worth it? Like, is it good too, or
It's like, when you have a LaCroix and you get like lime LaCroix. It's like a LaCroix Game of Thrones. It's like hint of Game of Thrones.
I
It's
see.
there. It's fucking
Okay.
there, and it plays, but it's its own thing. But it is good. I would
I mean,
recommend giving it.
entertaining fantasy
I just
show.
couldn't
Anyway,
Yes, it is good. It's well made, and it's got that Matt Smith guy, the Doctor Who guy. He's great in it. Oh, he's a psychopath. But it's
I
cool to see
watched-
some of that. What'd you say?
Oh, go ahead and finish your thought.
It's cool to see some of the, because it takes place like 200 years before Game of Thrones or something. So it's, Danny's not even born. Dragons are still fucking obviously there. It's really cool.
I watched about half of the first episode, and I just couldn't handle how bad the special effects were.
But I don't know what happened.
dragon.
Because you might have been on one of those TV. Were you on one of those TVs that does that weird setting that makes CGI look fucking bad?
No,
Do you know what I'm
isn't
talking
that?
about?
No, I only have old TV. Well, I probably
Okay.
watched it on my phone, honestly. But
I would give it another shot. It is pretty good.
all right.
It's Game of Thrones, man. Like I said, it's Game of Thrones LaCroix. It's
Is
fucking
that-
there. It's just a hint of.
Is that wrapped up now? Is it done?
No, they have 2 more seasons to come out. They're
and then
filming
there's another spin-off coming out. Something about some
Night
Night of the
Night of
Kingdom.
the Seven
or something like
Kingdoms.
that.
Yeah, about Sir Duncan the Tall.
None shall pass us, Sir Duncan the Tall.
Yeah, he's like,
Bravely bold Sir Robin.
from what I understand, he's like kind of a shit fighter, and he comes from nowhere. But he's like 7 foot tall or something. So something with his height is an important part of his story.
They're probably too late to do this in a lot of ways, but I think one thing that I would have liked to have seen rather than prequels and sequels or spin-offs would be deeper dives, like side stories, like between major seasons of Game of Thrones. Maybe we learn a little bit more about the Mountain's origin, which we did in the show, but they could have done stuff like that with some of the other characters, because
Like show his past, give me a season about his
the thing
life.
about Game
Fuck
of
yeah.
Thrones was there was so many great characters that weren't there for long, and you want to see more of them, and you want to know more about them, and then within the show they did some of those backgrounds, like Hodor. You get some of that origin story and stuff, but if you got to see that with some of the other characters, I think that would have been cool. I guess you could still do that now, but it would be better with the original actors from 10 years ago. When did that show come out? God, it's got to be longer than 10 years.
Yeah, it was, because I was still living in. It was about 15 years ago.
I was just thinking
Season
about No Country for Old Men this morning, and I was like,
What was like 17 years ago,
because
wasn't
I
it?
was trying to think. Actually, this is a good question. I'm going to ask you guys this question.
Okay.
I was trying to think of what are some of the most. It kind of goes back to what we're talking about already. Actually, the movies that a lot of people didn't love the endings to, but I thought were fucking great. I loved the ending of No Country for Old Men. Not just how the movie wrapped up, but the actual last scene.
Tommy Lee Jones just talking.
It was
Is that
fucking
the word? He's
incredible. Yeah. And it's so subtle, and it's just like, well, first of all, life just goes on. That's these stories, and the Coens rarely give you an ending that you're going to try to root for. Like, you're not going to get, oh, I sure hope things work out for that guy. And you're like, well, I shouldn't have gone ahead on and wished that. So it's not like I was expecting that, but it was just like such a subtle and then cut off ending, and a lot of people had issues with that. But I was like, God, when did that movie come out? I looked it up. It was almost 20 years ago. It was 2007 when that came out. In the year 2000 was 25 years ago was the year 2000. That's so fucking crazy to me. But what about you guys? I know this is off the top of your heads, but what would you consider to be your favorite film ending?
Favorite?
Of all
I thought
time.
we were going the other one.
Oh, your least favorite? Well, that works too.
I was going with ones that outrage me.
That might be more fun.
I've got one right off the top. I'm going to say, I don't know. Did you guys watch Beau is Afraid?
Oh, yeah.
Haven't even heard of that.
It's the guy that Ari Aster, is that his name? The director.
Mhm.
He did Hereditary, which I love,
Midsummer.
and Midsummer, which I liked. But this was a bridge too fucking far. Ron, you haven't seen it?
No.
Lyle, have you seen it?
No.
It's great.
Bo is Afraid.
I love it.
I wanted to love it, and
Is
I love
this a
first
spoiler
act.
that we're gonna hear here?
No,
Okay.
but it ends it becomes so fucking unhinged that you don't know what the fuck is happening. Like you're just like, am I in a fever dream right now? Like we started in one story and I don't know what the fuck has happened here. And the ending was wild. Like we sat there in silence as the credits rolled and said nothing. Not because we were amazed, just like we didn't know what the fuck to say. I don't know. Me and Ember, we had
I
three
know
people in the
that
room.
feeling.
So bad.
I know that.
Was
I
it
think
bad
you need
or
to
was it
watch
just
it again.
disappointing? Like what?
Yeah.
I
mix
just
of both.
love that creator, and I could not figure out what the fuck happened in that movie. Like at
Okay.
one point, I was like,
how do I
"Is
get
he
my
on
2 hours
drugs?"
back?
I was like, "Is
You
he
need to
on
watch
drugs?"
it
And are we?
again. I had some theories at the end of it about what he was trying to say with that. But I mean, it's been a while since I've watched it, so I can't remember exactly what the fuck I was thinking.
Ross,
but I was like,
watch a trailer for it at bare minimum. It's got what's his name in it? What's his kisser?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. Thank you.
Okay.
It's a fucking weird movie, but I mean, like it's beautifully shot, and at times I was terrified. I was like, I literally thought he was having like a manic moment, and we were seeing life through his crazy eyes or something. Like I was trying to figure out what's the fucking reason we could be seeing this? This is wild.
Okay.
But yeah.
So that's your least favorite.
That-
What about favorite?
I really in a recent. I'm just thinking like in recent by see here. Weapons. Did we all watch Weapons?
I watched it.
I love that movie, and I love the last 2 minutes of that movie. Oh my god!
Okay.
No,
I don't think I know that.
The Weapons move story is at like 3 a.m. 26 fourth grade kids get up and run out of their house into the woods, never to be seen again, and it's about what happened to them. And it's fucked up and awesome. Oh, you gotta see Weapons.
Okay.
Oh my!
How long ago did that come out?
Last year? This year?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix now?
25.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
It's the.
yeah.
I think it's the best horror movie I've seen in a while. I really like
Either
it.
Max or Netflix.
Okay. I'll check it out. I can't think of any movie that I hated the end of, but I can tell you that I hated the end of Revenge of the Sith when you know what I'm about to say. No,
yeah.
I cannot. I will never accept Darth Vader, this beautiful giant black machine of evil. I get Anakin. We played around with all the Anakin backstory and stuff, and we saw a Vader humanized in Return of the Jedi when we were kids, and he was demasked playing the old harmonica. And that was all okay, but the no,
Bridge too far with the no. Huh?
it was. I mean, could you pick a more cliche? Like there could have been something like just a single Darth tear coming from the mask,
or just like a noise, like a breathy, like a moan, but not the no.
Something subtle, something just like.
Little
Just zoom in,
just like a cry of rage, like, but
like faster and faster. I still think a Darth tear would have been not much better, but maybe at least as bad. No, it didn't even sound like. Oh, I don't know. It broke my brain. Anyway, John Mark, what about you? Favorite, least favorite movie endings of all time?
Oh God, I don't know if I can even think of anything particular. God, there's got to be something that I hated, but I can't think of it
It's
at the
hard to come
moment.
up with shit on that.
I could help
top
you.
Of your head.
the last movie that I watched that I really kind of liked though was Begonia. Have you guys watched that yet?
I almost watched that last night, but it's on my list.
Yeah, it's I didn't really know what to expect exactly, and it's a fucking trip. And I
Emma Stone?
yeah, and Jesse Plemons.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be another one where it's like you either will hate or love the ending, and I kind of loved it.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious about it, and I've
yeah,
had so many people recommend it. In fact, Jen,
it's
who
a fucking
listens to the
trip.
podcast, suggested that we watch it and talk about it for the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. I was actually thinking about watching again right after I finished watching it. I was like, I need to watch that again.
Lyle, what about you? You got a least favorite ending of all time?
I am an old school gamer, my friend, and ever since they made the movie Max Payne, every fucking movie that's ever based on any video game fucking sucks.
Was it Mark Wahlberg? No, who was in that? Was it Wahlberg?
Marky Mark. It
Mark. It was Mark. I know him from the streets.
Just kills me.
Oh wait,
yeah, no, such good games. They're remarkable.
Yeah.
Fuck class. Fuck The Witcher. There's a fucking another example. They ruined Witcher by fucking changing Geralt. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, that's
Jen looks like Jen in the game or the book.
Yeah, I like that first season, and then I couldn't get through this.
Is that still going?
But if I want to go on the flip side of that, I'm gonna have to like go to my inner child.
Toss a coin to your Witcher Valley of Plenty.
All I know about that.
The never-ending story. There's a happy ending there. You know,
they're making another. They're making a series. I hear about this.
I think it's.
That could be fun.
What I read was it was a new movie, but it was supposed to be like more like the book and like super dark.
Yeah, there's so much in that world I want to see more of. Like I'm here for it.
Yeah. I have to look to old movies like that to get me a good happy ending, that I really enjoy. Because like nowadays, they're very few and far between.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, looking at the clock, should we? Are we doing some weird triv, or is this?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I came fucking one in the chamber, baby.
One in the chamber, awesome. Well, Lyle, we need a quick update on your shenanigans. You want to do that? In here? You want to do that now, or should we do that maybe after Weird Triv? Because we got to. I was thinking like Chris is the one that's got a kid, and maybe we should do it after. And then if you have to jump out, Chris, you can jump out. Does that sound?
I'll probably put it on my phone and listen because I want to hear what he has to say, but I may not, just so I can keep up with y'all afterwards.
Okay. Why don't we do it that way? Let's get through Weird Triv, and then we'll figure out what Lyle has gone through and what is up ahead. But first,
do you guys need a break?
Oh yeah, thank you. I wouldn't have until the first question. I'm like, I gotta think and pee. All right,
take a quick one. Man, I'm playing because we always just jump right to video game talk once once that loser leaves. I'm playing Ghosts of Tsushima right now. That's good. Have you played that? Have you guys played that one?
I have. I played. I don't know, quite a bit of it, but I haven't finished it yet. Then I got distracted.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I really liked it though.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's good. Did you play it live?
Do you have Steam? Or are you just playing on the Xbox?
So, it's not on the Xbox. It's only on PlayStation and PC. But I'm playing it on the PlayStation. But I did pick up one of those ROG Ally X's, the handhelds, that allows you to play Steam stuff. I haven't fucked with Steam at all yet. But
you should though.
I know I should, and I will. I know, and I'm excited about it for especially all this traveling I'm doing to have something to take. Sure.
Well, for like if you want like The Witcher 3, dude, it's like $10 most of the time.
Oh, I know. I mean, you can get that
even under that on Steam.
What I'm mostly excited
buy it on PlayStation, it's still $40. So.
What I'm mostly excited about, Lyle, is I am a huge fan of XCOM 2. It's probably one of my favorite games. And,
they're fun.
And on PC, they have this mod called The Long War, which makes like the game tripled in length. It adds just a shitload of missions, and it's supposed to be the definitive way to play XCOM. And I can hardly
because they got so many expansions. Oh fuck! I've got like 10 expansions to that game.
Well, they have a bunch for the console, like and they're great. They really do make the game awesome. But I guess this Long War mod is like the way to play it. I read about it all the time, and I'm like, God, I wish I had a PC. Fuck. Now I'm here.
Soon, baby. Oh well, you can do it with a handheld, probably.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think so. Yeah.
Fucking A.
All right.
I mean, I played Oblivion on it for a bit, the new one, and it looked okay.
Oh, there you go. Nice. I've been playing No Rest for the Wicked, and it's a Steam-based game. I don't think it plays on anything else. It's just a beautiful game. The way it's inked and arted, you know, like the characters and stuff, the backgrounds and the way it flows. It's such a fucking good game, but it's kind of like in its infancy, you know. It's like still, you know, under development, and they're still probably adding more to the game, but like it could only top you right off now at level 30. And so being at level 30, it's kind of like you almost have to start a new character and respec it in a certain way on how you want to play. If you want to play like a warrior or like a mage or whatever, but it's just beautiful. It's a fun game. It's addicting, super addicting to play.
That's cool. All right, we all back?
Yep, I think so. John Mark, you got your fishing line tied on?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it.
One of my owners that I own the bar with ordered all the owners a little case of something, like through he paid for it, like he ordered it through the distributor we have for booze for the, and so like, you know, the guy that loves whiskey got whiskey, the guy that loves fucking gin got gin. I love gin too, but he knows I love champagne. He got me a case of this champagne, and it was like such a nice gesture. I was like, that's really kind, man, thanks.
Yeah.
And I have been like giving him out as presents. It's like, what am I gonna do with all this champagne? But I opened one tonight. It's like, this has been a fucking week. A little champagne. So I'm on my second glass, gents. All right.
Nice.
Which is gonna make this fun. Okay, Ron, hit it.
It's Weird Trivia with Christopher F. Hart, a man from Florida, poop things, square shit in nature. Don't get you started on the goddamn brown Harry. It's Weird Trivia that might get Christopher fired.
Okay.
Oh, nice to hear that. Been a while.
Felt good. Okay. Let me get down to my actual quiz here. All right. Question 1, guys. The Simpsons just aired their 797th episode, which boggles my fucking mind.
That is wild.
In one of the most recent episodes, we hear for the first time Maggie Simpson speak. Who voiced this iconic role we thought we might never hear? Was it A, Millie Bobby Brown? B, Alanis Morissette? C, Lindsay Lohan? Or D, Sydney Sweeney?
This is a brand new episode.
Yes, just recently came out. In fact, when I wrote this, when I had this information saved, it had not aired yet, but I knew who the voice was going to be.
Okay.
That's wild.
Again, Maggie voiced by who? Millie Bobby Brown, Alanis Morissette, Lindsay Lohan, or Sydney Sweeney?
Well,
Monster.
I'm tempted to go with the two bigger names at the moment, which I would think is Millie Bobby Brown and
The It Girl,
Sydney Sweeney. But Lindsay Lohan and Alanis Morissette is an interesting poll.
I'm your bitch. I'm your mother.
Well, that's Meredith Brooks.
Different angry woman from the 90s.
But I enjoyed it nonetheless.
Although I gotta
I'm
say,
your bitch.
for as you know, as bitchy quote unquote as the lyrics are to bitch, she was way too smiley in the video. Like, she's super cute, but way too smiley to be that angry woman. Alanis Morissette I had no problem believing that. I feel like she was the absolute angry woman. I'm going to go with Alanis Morissette. I feel like if you threw that in, good on you. I think Millie Bobby Brown is probably the right answer. The only reason I'm not going with Sydney Sweeney is there's been some controversy. And politically speaking, I think The Simpsons might avoid that, or they might lean into it. You never know with them. I'll stick with Alanis. Lindsay Lohan, I'm just leaving out. could entirely be her. Oh, wait a minute. I just had an interesting thought, and I don't know if it really computes, but we have watched Lindsay Lohan grow up.
Yeah, she had
And-
glow up too.
And
recently.
we saw her like doing little kid shows and
Mhm.
little kid movies, and then coming of age. Oh, did
Are
I
you
talk
talking yourself
myself
into the Lohan
Lindsay
here, buddy?
Lohan? I don't know. I think I may be overthinking it, but that's the only reason I think that they might have made that thought. It was like, who else have we watched grow up, and now we get to... I'm going to stick with Alanis.
All right, John Mark.
Yeah,
See if I
I'm
talk
leaning
someone else
towards Alanis Morissette as well.
Oh.
Lyle,
I'm
what you
a
got, man?
bitch.
I'm ready
I'm a
for it.
baby.
We're gonna make it a family game, I think.
No
That'll
shit.
be it.
Huh.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm your bitch.
that's right.
I'm feeling more
Right.
confident. I'm your kid. I'm your binky. Well, yeah, I guess I can't
Change
lose
my
now.
diaper because it's stinky.
Ooh, that was
Nice.
good. Fast Lyle.
Very well.
Fast Lyle, they call you.
Oh, fast line.
Okay, I ran this one by a Beatles fan earlier, and they didn't get it right. So I feel good about this. But I know you guys know your shit. So let's see.
Pretty good on my Beatles.
Before John Lennon picked up the guitar and joined the Beatles, he fell in love with music through another instrument. What was John Lennon's very first learned instrument?
Mm.
The very first one he picked up and it's like really applied himself to. Was it A, an accordion?
Yeah.
Was it B, ukulele?
Mm-hmm.
Was it C, the xylophone? Or was it D, a flute?
None of
Ronster.
these were what? I know that he played harmonica early on.
Yeah, I
But
know
you,
that too, but there was one before.
Mm-hmm. Well, clearly. I was waiting for the harmonica.
Mm-hmm.
But that was merciful of you to not include it, because I definitely would have thought that I had that in the bag. Now, a flute? I'm sorry, go through them real quick one more time.
A was an accordion, ukulele, xylophone, or the flute.
Total guess, but I guess I'll go with the flute. Because I feel like the ukulele... Yeah, I'm going to go with the flute.
Okay, John Mark.
I have no idea, but I was gonna pick the flute too. Oh,
Interesting.
Well, we're either all on the road to ruin or...
Oh my god.
Okay, Lyle.
I'm gonna go with the first instrument I ever played, and that would be the xylophone.
All right.
That's right.
I can't think of the xylophone without thinking about Violent Femmes. And I
It's
don't even know if
a
that's a
metal
xylophone. That might be
singing. Ding, ding,
what is it,
ding.
the marimba. What?
All right.
Up.
Here we go.
Violent Femmes.
Get ready. This artist says they have been at war for years with the estate of Michael Jackson. I almost said Michael J. Jackson. I don't know why.
What's the J for?
Michael J. Jackson. Over a song they collaborated on. The artist says the song was completed long ago and wants to release it. But Michael J. Jackson's estate won't have any of it. Who did Michael J. Jackson collaborate with? Do a duet, basically. And wants the song to be released, but Michael J. Jackson's family won't let him. Who is it? Is it A, Madonna?
Boy, that would have been Clash of the Titans or Gathering of the Titans. I don't know.
Was it B? And I'm just gonna make the sound effect. Chicka chicka ching, chicka chicka ching, chicka 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 ching.
You too. Or The Edge.
Specifically, actually Bono, but
Oh,
it's what at least for answer for if you pick it,
Gotcha.
it's Bono.
I've gotten
Chicka
so
chicka
many
ching.
emails and comments on like, holy shit, I can't unhear. Binga, 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 binga,
I-
binga, binga, binga.
Every time a U2 song is on now, I fucking laugh because I'm like, oh, it's the chicka chicka
It's
ching.
in there somewhere. If
Uh-huh.
not,
Is
right
it?
in your face.
Is it C, Mariah Carey?
Yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Or is it motherfucking D, Steven Tyler?
Steven Tyler's kind of become the new Ed Money.
I think that's exactly what I said last time. So,
Oh.
yeah, I'm starting to dig up Steven Tyler stories. Or am I?
And you didn't.
Again.
You didn't give us a timeline in this question, did you?
Nope, I did not.
Okay.
This artist says they've been at war for years with the estate of Michael J. Jackson over a song they basically did a duet on. Artist says a song is completed, ready to go, but they won't allow it to happen. Who did it? Was it Madonna, Bono, Mariah Carey, or Steven Tyler?
God, just a complete guess, and I'm tempted to go with the Tyler Herring here, but
Mm-hmm.
dare I go with Herring Smith? If it had just been like another random pop artist, I probably would have gone with Madonna, but Bono's interesting. Oh, man. And then Mariah. You're Mariah. You're fire. I got nothing, so I am going to chase the Herring Smith. I'm going with
Good.
Steven Tyler. I would be fascinated to see what. I mean, more than any of those other three, I would be fascinated to see what Steven Tyler and Michael J. Jackson would have come up with.
All right, John Mark.
I'll go with Bono. I have no idea, but
Fascinating. Okay.
God, who's that guy that sang that "Shock the Monkey"? Shock the monkey.
Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, Peter Gabriel. That would be a better one. I'd like to see that, Michael.
You ain't
You know what?
shocking.
You fucking ride him. You ride him, Lyle.
You ain't shocking my monkey.
And my, you stay away from my monkey.
I'll have your whole family
yeah.
snuffed if you shock my monkey.
I'm gonna go with what nobody else will, and that's Steven Tyler. I think Steve's been
Ron
around.
Yeah,
Technically, Ron took the but
I did.
Okay, well, I'm with Ron then because it's for Steven Tyler, man. He's been around forever. You think about, 60s,
Well,
70s, 80s, 90s.
Famous duo.
He's still there.
Or pairing with
He's-
Run DMC. What brought their
He's hanging
career
with
back.
Ozzy and the new blood. What is it? New blood?
Young Blood.
Young blood. Yeah, he's all.
that guy's everywhere right now. He just did a video
Yeah.
with Smashing Pumpkins.
He sounded.
Yeah,
I
he's-
thought he sounded fucking great at the Ozzy tribute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think
not the
I
Ozzy
feel like it
tribute.
launched him,
Tyler's
but I get,
dropped a fucking beat anywhere. I think he's been on the pulse of music for fucking years.
How many of y'all
So,
are picturing his toes as we talk about him? Right now?
oh, that's all I can think of. And the cat rescue that he never did.
Mhm.
All right, guys, let's move on to the final question here. This is a good one. I love a good movie tagline, especially from the 80s or 90s. Seems like we get less and less of them these days. Can you tell me what movie this tagline is from? The tagline is, "When you can't believe your eyes, trust your heart." What movie is that from? Is it A, Field of Dreams?
Okay.
Is it B, E.T.?
Huh.
Is it C, Big?
Okay.
Or is it D, Harry and the Hendersons?
My mind was in a completely different place. I was like, I expected them all to be movies where someone's blind. Okay. Real quick, the movies again.
Yeah. Field of Dreams, E.T., Big, Harry and the Hendersons. And the tagline is, "When you can't believe your eyes, trust your heart."
God, none of these feel right, but I guess I'll go with
Feel
E.T.
it?
because there's such a heart thing. Turn on your heart light. And I would have a hard time believing my eyes if I saw E.T.'s fucking old man wiener body
Wiener glove.
hopping down the fucking
no.
street. And stuff. So I guess I'll go with E.T. That one's hard. Before we move on, though, do you guys know the famous line from Field of Dreams? This is a
It's-
Mandela effect. A lot of people get it
it's
wrong.
Something we all get wrong. But I thought it was, if you make it, they will come. Or if you
They
build it, they
build
will
it,
come.
Yeah.
But it's wrong, isn't that? It's like,
Mhm.
is that
That's
what's
what
wrong?
most
You build
people
it, they'll
think, but it is wrong. Do you guys
Mhm.
know what the right one is? Very close.
If you build it, if you
If you build it, he will come.
he.
Oh.
He.
Yeah. Anyway.
Jesus, was it Jesus?
I think it was his dad.
Who's
It's
he?
been a long time since I've seen it.
Okay. John Mark.
I'm gonna go with Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Oh, damn it. That's a good one to not believe what you're saying, too.
Lyle.
Well, what were the other two besides the?
Big and Field of Dreams.
Uh, hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna go with what I think is true, and first thing I thought was ET. So,
Hmm.
I'm going with ET.
Yeah, let's go with the answers
how
here.
wrong we are.
Fascinating round of weird trivia here. Simpsons just aired their 797th episode, which boggles my mind. In one of the most recent episodes, we hear for the first time Maggie Simpson speak, and the person who recorded her voice, lo and behold, was Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, I hate that so much that I didn't.
No,
I was
nobody got that.
I bet I was on the right path.
Yeah.
I bet they're like, let's get some fucked up child
Yeah.
star that grew up in front of everybody.
Mhm. John Lennon, before he picked up the guitar and joined the Beatles, he picked up another instrument. He was about 6 years old. He picked up what they call a squeeze box, an accordion.
Damn.
And he fell in love with the accordion and then the harmonica after that.
Okay.
But his first instrument was the accordion.
Wow, that's some deep dive Beatles shit.
Hmm. Nobody got that right either. 2 whiffs in a row. Whew, I'm getting sweaty, guys. Dare I skunk you? That doesn't
No.
happen very often. I think
No,
maybe
it's been
once
a
or
while.
twice. Yeah.
I think you've done it more than twice. There was a time when we sucked at everything.
No. John Mark usually gets a couple right.
Yeah. I think
No
you've done it
offense
a
to
few
the
times.
other. This artist says they've been at war years with the estate of Michael J. Jackson over a song they duetted on and collaborated and recorded and everything. Never released, never seen the light of fucking day. Person we're talking about, Mariah Carey. Another whiff.
Boy, you
But
so
the
close.
only reason why I would have thought that it would have been her was the fact that they didn't want to outshine Michael, and she could probably sing like on a more of a range than Michael
Maybe.
could,
Yeah.
and therefore didn't want anything to do with her. But to
Perhaps.
put out something, after
Yeah.
he's already
Depends on the
dead.
time, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. Weird.
Maybe the song
Alright.
just sucks. They don't want to fucking put it out there.
I feel like I'm
Yeah.
feeling like I'm a pitcher at a Major League Baseball game here, and it's the 9th inning, and I've pitched a perfect game so far. And
I'm kind of rooting for you, honestly. This
Hey,
point.
man, it's 2026.
Me
This is
fucking too.
Yeah, new year,
Sure.
new you.
first year, new year.
Hey, go me! All right, movie taglines, love them. We don't get any many good ones. I don't feel anymore. But when you can't believe your eyes, trust your heart was not a tagline for Field of Dreams. It was not a tagline for Big. It was not a tagline for E.T. I'm sorry, Ron and Lyle, but it was a tagline for Harry and the Hendersons, which
Yeah.
John Mark came in the 9th inning and shut me the fuck down.
Shut down your
Congratulations.
perfect game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense. I don't know for
I liked it. I read that. I was like, that's so sweet.
It is sweet. That whole movie's pretty sweet.
It is.
I think that it's one of my favorite. There's one of my favorite elements when we got to talk about this with Paul on one of the shows. Paul Graves, our resident Bigfoot hunter, which we used to have on all the time. We're probably long overdue to get him on, actually, and
Find out what he's up to.
stick around for news, quiz, or weird shift. Get some Bigfoot updates. But we both agreed that one of the best elements of that movie was at the very end when they're talking about how, they could be right in front of you the whole time. And you're just looking at this empty forest. And then suddenly all of the Sasquatch just start moving away from the trees. They were there the whole time. And if you go back and you look at it, you can look really carefully and you can see them. But I thought that was such a cool, especially from that time. Well, that's why you don't see them. They're right in front of y'all. And that's why as soon as John Mark said it, it's like, oh, yeah, that fucking scene, they probably did come up with something like that. Well, anyway.
I've told you guys a story about like when they were filming that here.
That's
and I
right.
didn't really actually meet John Lithgow and the
Yeah.
guy who played Harry, but we had an encounter. And there was just a few of us sitting on the steps that were kind of in front of that place. And these two guys start walking towards us and up the stairs, and
it was like a just like a white dude and like this really super tall African American guy, and he like stepped over us up the stairs, and we all kind of had a good chuckle, and then we went into the theater, and we're sitting there, and these two guys were kind of sitting a couple seats to our right in like a row in front of us, and all these like kids and people were like going up and like getting their autographs and stuff, and we're like, what's going on? You know what I mean? We're like, what's going on with that? Like, because we didn't recognize them or know who they were. And I was like, one of my friends was like, hey, you should go like get their autographs so we can figure out who these guys are. He never did, but we did figure out later that it was John Lithgow and that other guy that played Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
That is awesome that you got stepped over by Harry.
Yeah, it was funny.
Well, before we get out of here, Lyle, if you want to give us the cliff notes of what's been going on with
where to start.
Yeah.
Well, like it was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I got released from the hospital. I was there for a week. Prior to that, I went there because I was having issues with my heart. So we kind of almost had to go that far back. I went there to the hospital because it was an AFib. It's where your heart rhythm's erratic. It's off beat. What the main concern is like when it all kind of beats together again. It's usually when it'll shoot out like blood clots and you can die. Yeah. Basically put me, I was in there for a week, and through that week was a whole mess of bunch of crap that went down. But needless to say, they went into my groin, up into my heart to look around, and 3 of the main ventricles that feed my heart were plugged off. The 3 out of 3. I mean, it's hitting a home run right there. And but 90 to 95% blocked out. There's no reason why I should be alive, to be honest with you. That the 3 weeks prior to that, when I first went in, I should have croaked. Mm-hmm. Anybody else, they said I would have croaked, but I was on my Plavix medicine. Yeah, which Plavix is a blood thinner, but it was the only thing that kept me alive. It made my blood palate so slippery that they were able to slip through those plugs. So they went in, and the next day they went through my groin again, a separate spot, back up into my heart, and they had to use a drill tip and drill through these. Basically, what it is it's like calcification. And it's primarily because of dialysis. It's the way dialysis works, right? They put additives into the stuff they put in you that helps pull the fluids out of you. Whatever, it is what it is, but it'll calcify you from the inside out. I have a meeting with Virginia Mason at the end of the month. We're going to go back and do the same thing like me and you did, Ron, for that day. Yeah. And then come back. So however that's going to work, that's at the end of the month. So hopefully that'll get addressed, and hopefully we could get some type of a ball rolling. But it's really hard to say. It'd be really easy for them to say yay or nay. They could say, well, we don't believe your heart could take it, yeah, of going under the transplant, so we're not going to even try. Or you're too calcified, and even putting a kidney in your artery is going to be near impossible. So, well, I don't know. We'll see.
It was a long day
until we get there.
It was a long day for us waiting to hear back from you. That was actually the day that we did. Sarah and I performed 2 back-to-back shows for an event in the middle of December, and we just kept thinking, this is long and stressful for us. Imagine what Lyle's been going through all day. You had to be in that. This is like all day, basically, that you just had to. You were awake. They didn't knock you out. You were awake.
Oh, no. I was awake the whole thing. In fact, that was probably one of the hardest.
Lay flat and hold still for like, what,
you had
6
to lay
hours
flat,
or something? 7 hours?
Hold still. They said it was a 3-hour procedure, and with mine, it was 6 hours. And so I had to lay flat on my back for another 6 hours after the surgery. So that's a total of 12 hours. And so that 12 hours was midnight. That's when it ran up. particularly. I remember very well because I was ready to sit up. I needed to sit up.
Yeah.
Because my back was killing me so bad. And I asked him, and he said, "No, you're gonna have to wait until the morning until the doctor comes back, because I think we think you're bleeding, and so you need to lay down and relieve any kind of stress on your groin." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, no, I guess. I mean, if that's he just told me he took away my fucking birthday, dude. Yeah, you know what I mean? After waiting for 12 hours, to sit up, and finally it's here, and you tell me you got to wait another." It was 8 hours after that, so yeah, dude. And I was just like, after that, it's like, fuck it, whatever. Just, make it happen.
It's just wild that they have drill bits
feeling.
and drill engines and motors that small that they can go. Like, that blows my fucking mind.
Well, that artery is about as big as a straw, a soda pop straw. It's a fairly large artery.
But does the drill head and the whole thing go up your groin?
Yeah, it goes in that tube, that vein, and it's all done by computer. They got joysticks, and they just it's like playing a video game.
We
for
got
them.
Pac-Man in.
Stay in the middle. Yeah, well, they have like X-rays and stuff going on while they're doing it, so they get 2 or 3 different imaging.
It's just, I feel like these hospitals really should offer some sort of a punch card that if you've had so many procedures and you've checked off so many different types of procedures, you should just get free health care for life.
The bonus calls are the ones that I've the skip death, because I've done it. There's a few of them that I should have fucking shouldn't be here from. So
this whole time you basically had encounter after encounter right at the door. It is incredible how much you've overcome. Yeah, keep us posted on any updates. I know you will, and it's good to people have reached out. I think a lot of people might get worried when we don't, and at this point people expect to not expect anything from us in terms of like consistency, and we record when we can record. But this last time there were some concerned listeners like, "Hey, everything okay with Lyle?" I think that was the first, thing, because we did post, or we talked about something not that long ago that hinted that maybe there might be something coming up. But this popped up since our last recording, so it was new stuff. But yeah, well, shit. Let's get on out of here. We're glad you're alive, obviously. I know everyone listening is glad you're alive. On to the next, and hopefully
it's transplant. I don't have to do dialysis anymore.
Yeah, God.
Yeah,
that'll be a whole new life. Well,
I'm going to be heading over there, so at the end of the month, and then hopefully they'll give me a green light, and I've done my time. There's no reason not to go. So
yeah, well, whatever y'all believe, thoughts, prayers, positive energy, put them toward Lyle to get on that list. Motherfucker, you've done more than your time. You've done more than your fair share. Yeah. All right, man. Well, let's get on out of here. We're going to try to record a couple more episodes this month, and this is things have calmed down a little bit, so we'll probably get a bit more of a regular recording schedule going for a while till we get busy again. But tune in next week or whenever, and we will be definitely talking about 9/11. It's time we tackle that.
9/11, y'all.
And Happy New Year, y'all. Thanks for sticking with us and downloading us whenever you got something to download. Night, y'all.
Good night.
Bye.
No.